Welcome to the Tuttle Kline Show.
He is Kevin Kline.
Tuttle, what's going on, Tuttle?
Doing my thing. I messed up so bad this morning.
What did you do?
I was trading before the cash open, before the 8:30 cash open Wall Street.
Okay.
And I was up a lot of money. And I was just like, oh, this is great. I'm just gonna walk away. and I didn't. And I got it back, not all of it back yet, but I just made some stupid mistakes.
So, I mean, yes and no, because there's risk involved, but it's not really gambling, is it?
No. I'm the house.
Okay.
I have an edge.
You do.
And all I have to do is, follow my own rules, and I will continuously and regularly make money.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll have losing days,
mm-hmm.
and every so often I'll even have a losing week here and there. Never a losing month.
Okay.
That's how my edge works. So as long as I'm not doing stupid things, gambling trades, I have a funny feeling we're going down right now, I'm just going to jump in on a short. No, stick to your program, your rules, what you've back tested, forward tested, and what has continuously worked for you for over 2 years now.
It's exactly what they said about Noah Lyles the other day when he won the 100 meter in the Olympics. He always gets off to a slow start. As a matter of fact, even in the finals, in the first 30 meters, he was in dead last. And they said the man never panics and he just sticks to his race plan. And that is, in the last 40 meters, he's going to be the strongest runner out there. And sure enough, it was. So, yeah, you just got to trust your plan.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just as long as I do that, as long as I'm a robot, I just unemotional robot, when I have the losses and, 40% of the time, sometimes even 50% of the time, I'm going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
But my winners are bigger than my losers, so I'm profitable.
Yep.
So, just stick to the plan.
There you go. Stick to the plan.
Speaking of Olympics, should we just get into it?
Oh, it's totally up to you. I mean, whatever you want to do.
Sha'Carri, Richardson had that same game plan. She just starts off and does her own thing, but she could not catch the very first medalist in the history of St. Lucia.
Yeah, Julien Alfred. The woman is just a blistering speed demon on the track. And you know what? Even in the semifinals, I knew Sha'Carri wasn't going to win that race. I knew she wasn't going to win that race.
You could tell by the look in Aldred's eyes.
Yeah.
That there's that nothing. She was not going to leave Paris without a gold medal around her neck.
Well, and just the amount of distance that she put between her and second place in her semifinal heat, and she shut it down. She shut it down at 80 meters. Yeah, that was a dominant performance. Dominant performance.
I love it. I'm getting into the Olympics like I haven't in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm liking every. I mean, one of the reasons is I saw somebody that's in the Olympics. I saw her grow up. Avery Skinner from the U.S. women's volleyball team. I mean, she was a Houston Skyline, with Audrey.
Yeah.
Her younger sister, Maddie Skinner, played with Audrey for years on the same club team. They're best friends. They're roommates and everything like that. So it's just kind of neat seeing Avery, who I can remember when Audrey was 13 years old, and we walked in there and Avery was 15 years old, and just watching her hit and listening to how that sounded off the ball, it was completely different. And just everybody looking over the court going, okay, that sounds different.
Uh-huh. So yeah, I was going to ask you, I mean, can you tell when they're on the court that there is a different skill level there?
Absolutely, Kev. You absolutely know.
Yeah.
And her sister too, who never really played volleyball, was into gymnastics, and then suddenly was on Audrey's team for 14s. And you could tell her too that Maddie Skinner was going to be a monster. At that time, 6'1" already at the age of 14, with unbelievable athletic ability and jumping ability. I mean, she's touching 10-2 on a one-step jump. 10-3,
Wow.
10-4, 10-5, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just know. And that's what it became too, is just like, hey, our go-to, we're going to do this little flip out to Maddie, and she's going to get a few in her points in a row, and Houston Skyline's going to win, and everybody's going to be happy.
Yeah, you were talking about the sound that Avery makes when she hits the volleyball. It's the same thing in high school and college baseball. You just have to listen to the sound, and who's throwing hard on the mound and who's a more finesse pitcher.
Yeah, you can hear things where it's different, and you can see things which is different. Like Kev, I don't know if I told you this, not just growing up and watching the Indy 500, in Indianapolis. You could just tell, from your view, if you're up high, watching them all drive, like who is more aggressive and who is better. Who takes more aggressive lines, who has, maybe even a little bit better car. People like Rick Mears, you just watch them and they look different. It's like, okay, that's aggression. That's a different line. That guy's weaving in and out. I mean, it's just a matter of time before he catches the pack and he wins the race. Dale Earnhardt had that too.
Big E or Little E?
Big E.
Yeah. Oh, he was a competitor, man.
I wasn't a fan of his, because I was a Jeff Gordon guy, and when you're a NASCAR fan back in the 90s, early 2000s, before he passed away tragically in Daytona in 2001, you were either Jeff Gordon or you were Dale Earnhardt. You couldn't be both. So he was my antithesis. He was my anti-hero. He was, the Empire. Even
in your support for Jeff Gordon, and this is what's beautiful about sport, you can still respect the skills of the other guy that you can't stand.
Oh yeah, and as soon as he passed away, I missed him, and my interest in NASCAR waned from that point on. I just there's no Dale here anymore.
You need to have a foil.
You got to have a bad guy. That's why I've been successful. you got to have the villain. It can't be all sunshine and lollipops. You got to have that one dick,
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, look at your favorite line in Scarface.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
You're not going to see a bad guy like this one again.
So you were talking about watching a lot of the Olympics. Did you watch the shooting?
The shooting, a little bit of it. I mean, obviously the Turkish guy who's become a legend now,
dude.
I love that. He doesn't have on any of that eye gear at all or whatever. He's just like, lift it and go, baby.
Yep. But what was funny to me is that they're calling him an assassin, they're calling him a hitman, and it got me thinking about what if Joe Pesci was told by the target, "Go get your shoebox, shine boy."
Yeah.
Well, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
De Niro, exactly. You talking to me? You talking to me, target?
Yeah, exactly. These gangsters are just, hey, move over to the side, Turkish guy. Hold on a second. Hold my Stromboli. I got to hit this fucking target here and then get out of here. I got to go collect some numbers on the east side. Right?
Exactly. I mean, yeah. That was where my mind went when I saw the Turkish guy, hand in pocket, regular glasses, just boom, bullseye. I think he medaled. I think he got like a silver medal.
Yeah, he got a silver medal.
Unbelievable.
But and again, your mind carries you away because you're watching that and you're going, that's all well and good. What if somebody's shooting at you though?
Right.
Are you going to be all calm and cool lifting that thing up? I mean, let's really add to the competition here.
Yeah, exactly. Have you seen Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God, dude. Is he the coolest or what?
Kev, it is so awesome to me because, when we were growing up, Snoop is our contemporary. Mm-hmm. When we were growing up, Snoop, that's a bad guy right there. That's a villain. Yeah. He was on trial for murder and stuff like that. And murder was the case that they gave him.
Death Row Records.
Yeah.
Suge Knight.
He's a Suge Knight guy and everything. And he was like somebody like, that was the bad guy, the villain, like we've talked about. And now he's just become like America's teddy bear.
Absolutely. Oh, Trish loves him.
Oh, he's great. He just he's real.
Yeah, he is. Yep, very much so.
And when you're real in the world we live in, and you don't give a fuck about what people think of you or say about you, I mean, that's a potent combination in the political correct world we're in. So anybody that can embrace that and can get away with that, Charles Barkley gets away with it, and the South Park guys get away with it. Very few individuals and entities get away with it, and I just love that element is still there. I mean, they're just uncancelable people.
Yeah, and what's funny is, did you ever think you would see Snoop Dogg going to a dressage competition and walking away loving it?
Kev, he's giving dabs and hugs and stuff to gymnasts. I'm like,
Yes.
What is going on here?
That's been a really fun part of the Olympics to watch. Is Snoop Dogg's interaction.
I love that. That's a nice little element right there. It beats being bored to tears by Bob Costas. It really does.
Yeah, he's been gone for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the U.S. hoops. I mean, watching our hoop team, I've enjoyed that. I mean, just there were some struggles before while they were gelling, and everybody was talking about they're going to get beat. No, you're not going to beat that team.
No, if they're on and they know what's going on, yeah, for sure.
They have so many people, and they just have to find which guy gets hot.
Yeah.
Like the first game, it was Durant. He got hot, wasn't missing anything. And then Edwards, in the most recent game, I mean, they get hot.
Dude, do you like how the media tries to cause derision and divisiveness on the team? When Steve Kerr didn't start Kevin Durant, they asked him, what'd you feel about not starting today? He's like, 5 guys get to start, and every one of these people are starters on this team. Yeah, somebody's going to have to sit. Why not me?
It doesn't matter exactly. The media is they're just evil, man.
It's crazy.
It's just I don't want to get started. I want to keep positive, Kev.
Okay, we'll keep positive then.
Let me tell you this, Kev. I've changed my position on something watching the Olympics.
What is that? What have you changed your position on?
Beach volleyball.
Yeah,
man, it's just softcore porn. It is. These women are so talented and so good. Body control, leaping ability, moving around, teams, mates with each other. But nobody sees that.
What do we see?
Look what they're wearing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's wow. I mean, now that my daughter's that age and she played beach volleyball, I want those girls to cover up, damn it.
Yeah. Hey, the other day I was talking to a guy who used to be a sand hauler. Okay, so he would fill the dump truck with sand and take it over. He said that sand that they play volleyball on is the most expensive sand in the world.
Oh yeah.
It is so fine. He said it's like powder.
Yeah, Kev, I remember I was Manhattan Beach in LA and where they play the real big organized tournaments and everything like that. I was like, wow, this stuff it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's still to this day, it's so hard to jump in it.
Oh, I can't jump in sand. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it.
You got to have some ups.
Yeah.
You got to have some ups, but yeah, I mean, you're not going to have those high flying, spikes and hits that you have on a court. No. I mean, it's a much more strategic game in the sand.
Well, and aren't you really just looking for them to dive and roll around in the sand and get all oily? And
Audrey's 23.
I knew it.
She played beach volleyball, and who knows, she may get a wild hair and decide to go back into beach volleyball sometime. And I do not want it to be about that. Okay. So cease with that shit. But the Olympics are great, man. I'm into it. I am. And again, I want to thank the Olympics for getting me into rugby. Because I spend a lot of time watching rugby highlights and stuff. Now it's really, really good. I had the boys this weekend, And Dallas was getting into it. He's like, this is a cool game, Dad.
It is a very cool game. It's a great game.
Of course, Dallas doesn't sound like that anymore. Dallas was, it's a cool game, Dad. It's really cool. Hey, Dad, this is a cool game.
Yeah, I mean, it's got all the hitting of football without the stoppage time. You know, I mean, the ball is constantly moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's Kev, it's better than football.
Really?
It's better than American rugby as a game in terms of excitement and lack of downtime and everything like that. It is a more exciting game. I'm trying to think of any game that may be the most exciting game in the world in terms of continuous go, continuous ball movement. I mean, when do you go up and when do you get a bathroom break when you're watching a rugby match in the stadium? When?
Nice.
You can't.
No. But what about hockey? Hockey's great, man.
Hockey's awesome.
Yeah. So we got our summer sport in rugby. We got a winter sport in hockey. That's totally cool.
Yeah. So I'm loving that. I want to thank the 2024 Olympics for introducing me to that. I'm so in now. It's unbelievable. I'm even looking at some professional rugby jerseys. Just going all in on it.
Well, you should get a SaberCats jersey. I can help you with that. We
Please
talked about
do.
the SaberCats last week. One of the things in I've talked about this with Struan, who's one of the head office guys over at the SaberCats, and it's just about an education. People don't know the rules of rugby, and that's why in America, we don't gravitate towards it. We know the rules of football, but if you did take time to learn the rules in rugby, you would be amazed.
Yeah. Oh, I have, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a well thought out game. I love the concept that you cannot pass forward.
Right.
And that really adds something to it. And, you can kick forward, but you're kicking a weird ball and you got to be very accurate, even with the bounce. Otherwise, the other team gets it, and possession is everything in rugby.
Totally. It is everything.
Everything. So it's a great game. And I have no affiliation with the SaberCats at all, but I would say that you should put that on your to-do list to watch the Houston SaberCats play some ball.
Cool. Yep. I will. I'll pass that along.
Got it. Hey, Kev, I was, I can't help, when I'm at the pool. I was at the pool with the boys on Saturday, and I don't know, maybe mid-20s, early 20s, kids came in, and they were having, they were talking about, Friday night, the night before, and I'm just listening to their stories, and I'm like, Jesus, man, millennials and Gen Z, they have such an easy life, so spoiled in terms of the party scene because of Uber and Lyft.
Oh, yeah. That made it a hell of a lot easier.
Do you remember our days? I mean, when we partied, we didn't always make it home at night.
No.
And there you are. You're stuck looking for like a 3-foot by 6-foot piece of carpet that you can maybe catch a couple Z's at 4 a.m. until the sun comes out or something like that. It's completely different. It's so crazy. But it may have saved my life, though, Kev.
What might have saved your life? Uber and Lyft?
Not having Uber and Lyft.
Oh, not having. Yeah.
I can't even imagine how much I would have drank.
Exactly.
If I started the night knowing some guy named Phil was going to pull up at about 3 a.m. in a Camry with 2 cold bottles of water. It probably saved my life.
Yeah. Yep. It definitely would have cut down on a lot of minors of possessions that some of my friends got.
Yeah, like me.
Like you, yeah.
Like me. I would love it. Yeah. It probably would have saved me thousands in bail money and lawyer fees.
Yeah, and your dad would have enjoyed his trip to Europe.
Damn it. Still bothers the shit out of me, Kevin Kline.
Yeah. Well.
But you didn't do too much, but you were like a dedicated athlete in high school.
Yeah, I did not do a lot of partying at all. Nope.
See, to me, athletics was secondary.
Partying was a sport.
And academics was thirdary.
The ladies were one area.
Yeah, ladies and partying were one area. And that has been the story of my life and the problem with my life, Kev.
No, there's no problems. Do you enjoy life? Do you enjoy life?
I do.
There's no problem.
I do, and whatever happened to us before makes us who we are now.
Absolutely.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Kev, I was in one of the big box stores this weekend. I need a new toaster. I've had the same toaster. I toast every day. I'm a toast guy.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a peanut butter and toast. I love those peanut butter toast sandwich. Put some honey on it too, some local honey.
Yeah.
And I do that. And Dallas loves toasted waffles, so that toaster gets a workout. So it kind of fried out. I got a new one.
What'd you get?
I don't know. I don't know the brand of it.
Oh, okay.
All I know is I'm going up there and I'm going to pay, and they want my address.
For what?
That's what I said. I'm like, I'm buying this toaster. I'm not adopting it or something like that. I'm not giving you my address. And then they're like, well, you want to buy the warranty? And I'm like, on a toaster? I'm going to be kind of crazy. I think I can absorb this one. I'll absorb the risk on this one.
Exactly.
I probably will regret it at the end, but when this $29, when I'm out of it, I'm out of it.
Oh, and how long did your other one last?
Kev, 6 years.
You don't have a warranty for 6 years.
Exactly.
Not even the extended.
I mean, if it breaks down like right away, I'll just bring it back on the receipt and you guys are going to give me a new one.
Yeah.
But, after a year and a half in, I've got my usage on it. I'm cool with it. I don't need to get a warranty. I just think, Kev, for some reason, they really wanted my personal information badly.
But what would they do with it? Well, I mean, why do they need that on a toaster?
Are you kidding? Kev, data is everything.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. Matthew McConaughey tells it.
If AI is the Wild West, does that make data the new gold? Huh.
Just think about this. There's a dossier on every human being on planet Earth, based on anything you've ever searched for, anything you've ever bought, anything you've ever typed into your keyboard. That is all data. They can, and once they have a profile of you, then they can really hit you with targeted advertising to get you to buy things,
Oh, absolutely. I know for
Plus
sure.
That they can figure out whether they should be targeting you for other things too.
Yeah, exactly. Do you, boy, I'm sure you have thoughts on this. Do you think they listen? Do you think there's somebody out there listening to us?
Absolutely.
Not right now, but Tim, it's unbelievable. Trish and I will be driving and we'll start talking about a subject. She'll open her phone. There's advertisements for the shit we're talking about.
Everything, dude. Everything. I mean,
Wow.
anything that you have in terms of a device is listening to you. Hell, there's the dishwashers, your TV is too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, smart TVs, smart appliances. We're going to give you a tax break. There you are.
Yeah, they're exactly.
For
your data.
Yep.
Information on you. And the NSA, I mean, it's even been proven that they look for keywords so they can zone in and investigate you.
Oh, do we know what those keywords are so that we don't use
if you start talking silly shit like you want your freedom,
that kind of stuff,
you believe in the Constitution, you just want to be left alone, don't tread on me, come and take it. Well, there. My screen just lit up right now. It's going bonkers now. It looks like a fucking pinball machine.
There's a knock at the front door.
Yeah, knock at the front door. You want freedom?
Who do you think you are, William Wallace?
Yeah, exactly. Come with me, Mr. Tuttle. I haven't done anything wrong. Where's your warrant? We don't need fucking warrants anymore. Fuck your little warrant. Seriously, though, man, everything. Everything is being listened to.
Absolutely. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that. I wouldn't want to be the one listening in. People are boring.
Oh, that would be terrible. Can you imagine?
Oh, my God. People suck.
Hey, listen, Phil. We just want to make sure that you're here for 10 straight hours. And if anybody says the words, Kamala sucks, you immediately let us know so we can swat them. You know what I'm saying? And poor Phil, the shit that he has to listen to,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And the buffet was so great. I went back 3 times. I had some eggs and waffles and then fruit. And Phil's going, oh my God, this sucks. No, I don't even think they listen in. I think that the computer just signals when keywords are said.
Yeah. Well, that would be more efficient.
Exactly. They'll just be like, oh, hey, okay, yeah. Those combinations of words were uttered in Omaha, Nebraska 7 minutes ago. Let's zone in.
Yeah, because if a real person was sitting there listening, the banality of conversation would cause them to. It would, and the turnover in that job would be tremendous.
Oh yeah, you'd be a lot of suicide rate too.
I was thinking that same thing.
I can't do it anymore. We lost another one, Dave.
He used to be the happiest person in the world.
Yeah, we just fished him out of his garage, had the engine on. Hey, Kev, you were saying that your uncle, Kevin only has one relative that listens to our podcast, and it bums Kevin out. It's like, hey, what's wrong with you guys? Why don't you support me? But your uncle does, and he counts for a lot.
He does. Yeah.
And we were talking about him last week. He was wanting to remind you, hey, there is one family member listening to this podcast.
Yeah, and we got talking about his golf game, and I messed up a couple of the stats, okay? So here's the clarification. He did text us afterwards. He's been to Q school once, finished towards the bottom, said he just blew up and was bad that day. He won the member at his country club 10 years ago and repeated this year, so it wasn't back-to-back. And then you asked him what his handicap is, 8.
He's an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So he'll shoot high 70s.
Correct.
Yeah, he'll shoot high 70s. They have the occasional, 82, 83 when he's not rolling the rock really well.
There you go. So, and he said he would love to tee it up with us sometime.
Oh, sweet. All right.
Yeah. So there's the update.
Hey, Kev, I was doing my cardio on I think Thursday night or something like that, and you got to love it. And I haven't seen one of these in a long time. You remember when we were kids, we had the slip and slide?
Oh, yeah.
God, I love the slip and slide.
It was a plastic sheet that you would lay out on the lawn, put a sprinkler over it, and you would just slide all day.
All day, and then just slide far. And we would practice our baseball slides. Kev, I think I would do like the Pete Rose head first slide like 400 times in a row just so I could be ready for the next game.
That does not surprise me.
I loved it, but I was going by this guy had this dad, and he had like not only his kids but like the neighborhood kids too. I mean, they once you're in a residential area and somebody whips out the slip and slide, suddenly you're the most popular house.
Absolutely, yep.
And you could tell he had just laid it out, got things going, and these kids are going, they're in pain as they're doing the slip and slide. Like 4 or 5 of them go as I'm coming up on them. And he's like, what the hell's going on? What's going on? And they're pointing to like spots and stuff. I was like, hey, Dad, you forgot to do the rock check, didn't you?
Yep.
I knew right away because I'd seen that before. It looks like a scene from like a war movie. Just a bunch of pain and people just like they're getting shot.
Right. Because that's what it feels like. I'm sure
it feels like you're getting shot. Yeah, you've done it, Kev. You've done the slip and slide. If there's a rock or something under there, it's like getting shot.
Yeah, no, it does not feel good.
And the first 3 kids, they get shot, so to speak, and you just know. And he didn't. He was a younger dad. He probably himself had never experienced the slip and slide. Yeah. He just like maybe heard about it or saw it, on sale at some 99-cent store or something like that. Said, I heard about these. Well, let's try these.
No, you got to sweep for landmines, Princess Diana.
Exactly. Yeah. He just laid out the slip and slide and didn't check the surface. And he's probably facing 2 or 3 lawsuits from the neighborhood kids' parents.
Yeah. Yeah, he's ruined them on the slip and slide forever.
Oh yeah, there's some that will never do it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like one of the most fun little speed buzzes any kid can ever get, and it's much better than them just having a face in a screen all day.
For sure.
And a kid gets shot one time, the first time, the rock, and he's done.
Yeah,
or she's done.
They suffer from PTSD, post-traumatic slip and slide disorder.
Exactly. And we're concerned about our slip and slide veterans.
We are.
We want to make sure they're okay. So Kline and I are going to start a new charity. The slip and slide vets. So some of our young ones, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, Kev. I mean, they'll just never have a good life.
Never. They're scarred. Wow.
Yeah, and he as I'm like walking away, he's like, "Oh my God." He goes, "Thank you so much for like being in the right place at the right time. It would have taken me a long time to figure out what was going wrong."
You're right.
I was like, "No, I got a funny feeling one of the kids would have said, 'There's fucking rocks down here.'"
Yeah, they are not going to be shy about that.
All right, Kev, let's do an episode. And I've gotten some messages about this. People love the be honest.
Be honest. Be honest.
If sand volleyball, beach volleyball changed the women's uniforms to cover more, be honest, would you watch?
Kev, I have to admit, as you're channel surfing, it's an immediate stopper.
There you go.
I mean, dead in the tracks. Yeah. I don't give a shit if it was just commercials on another channel and Goodfellas was on or something like that. You're stopping right there.
Yeah.
I just want to see if the Italian team has what it takes to push themselves through this tough challenge. Right. I've heard a lot about the skills from this Spanish team. I just want to see if they have really what it takes to get on the medal stand,
Exactly. What's all the hype?
What is all this about? Here, hold on. I'm gonna press pause real quick. I'm gonna go get some popcorn pop. I'll be right back. Yeah, it's tough to skate away from it, man.
Yeah.
And I'm laughing because the camera angles are always perfect,
aren't they? Though,
for some reason, the director really seems to take pride in the coverage of that sport. Yes. What about you?
I don't watch it now, so probably not.
You never watched beach volleyball?
I have watched it, but I mean, it's not like tops on my list. If it's on and I'm just sitting around, then I would watch it. But no, I don't go out of my way to search for it.
See, back when we were kids in the 80s, it was a really cool sport too. Like, remember Sha'Carri?
That was the first name that came to my mind when you just said it.
He's actually the head coach of the U.S. women's volleyball team, by the way.
Is he really?
Yes, he is. Sha'Carri.
Cool.
But that Sha'Carri, I remember him, and gosh, he had that one, whoever his partner was, they would win everything in terms of beach volleyball. And it was such a big sport. They had a movie called Side Out.
Yeah. Oh, they were untouchable.
With Peter Horton and C. Thomas Howell, the movie Side Out. But yeah, they were untouchable. They won everything.
Everything. And wasn't Walsh was our big female player from the last Olympics. Yeah.
Misty May.
Mm-hmm. And
Kev, that is such a that was such an attractive game to me. I was actually thinking, man, I'll transition from basketball to beach volleyball. That looks like a lifestyle. That looks like the way to go.
That would be a perfect sport for you.
Oh, I would have loved it. I just, again, Kev, there's a lot of things I think about doing that I just don't end up pulling the trigger. That's me. I'm Walter Mitty. My life in my imagination is much better than my real life. If I could only live the life I daydream about, Kev, that would just be fantastic.
I think we all would feel that way, though.
That's so funny. All right, Kev, be honest.
Yes.
Are there things that make you so angry that it causes an internal rage that is probably unhealthy for you?
Absolutely, there is. Absolutely.
What kind of things cause you internal rage?
Cruelty to animals, cruelty to children.
I'm the same boat.
Oh my God, Tim. Shit like that keeps me up at night, man.
I can't even read it. I can't even listen to it. I can't, because it completely changes my entire disposition.
Yep.
I mean, I could come in, I could be the happiest dude in the world, and then I'll look at my phone or something like that, and I'll see something about somebody hurt a kid, and I'll just like I'll immediately 180.
Yeah.
I'll immediately 180. That's just enough. Or there's another one too, and I shouldn't have watched. I watched it and just finished it last night. The Big Short.
The movie?
It's a movie about the subprime mortgage financial collapse in 2008, where the United States taxpayer, we had to bail out billions, to the tune of billions and billions of dollars, these bankers who just took that money and decided to give themselves large bonuses instead of doing the right thing. That just enraged me. I mean, I hate fucking bankers. I do. I hate them. I mean, they are some of the most evil of evil, because they knew the whole time they were doing that subprime mortgage, those CDOs and those piece of shit, over leveraged things back in 2006, 2007, 2000. They knew that it was going to collapse, and they knew that they would be able to lobby to make sure the taxpayer got hit with the bill.
Damn.
And it angers me. None of them went to prison. None of them.
None.
And you could have literally taken armored trucks or whatever, paddy wagons up Wall Street and just loaded them up with these evil fuckers and sent them to prison, but it never happened. So that's something that really enrages me.
So where are you at then on the likes of like Bernie Madoff?
He's a piece of shit, man.
Okay. All right. So he enrages you too.
Well, not to that point. I mean, he just screwed over certain people like Kevin Bacon and other people who invested in his fund.
Yeah, you ran a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, he ran a Ponzi scheme. I don't think that he had a bailout.
No, he didn't have a bailout. I'm just talking about the absolute scamming of people.
Yeah, I mean, not as much, because I wasn't scammed personally.
Okay.
But obviously he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That will be buggered by Hitler in hell for eternity. Mm-hmm. And that's between him and Satan, what's going to happen to him. Yeah. And what's going to happen to these bankers. But the banker thing is they never suffered anything. Bernie Madoff, his life ended. He's in prison for the rest of his life.
Right. These
bankers still have their yachts. They still, they party at Martha's Vineyard and on the Hamptons and stuff like that. They have their helicopters and private planes and everything like that. And they laugh at what they got away with. And they laugh at cheeseballs like us who are just trying to make it on a day-to-day basis. And I hate that.
But in a nutshell, they scammed the public.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's why I brought up the correlation to Madoff.
Yeah. They knew what they were doing and didn't give a fuck, because they knew that they can't collapse. They're too big to fail. Mm. The entire economic system would have gone dark ages.
Oh,
the capitalism as we know it would have ended that day.
Okay.
So they knew that. They were like, hey, and they knew it. And they got all these billions and billions of dollars in tax funds to, quote unquote, give them liquidity and bail them out. And they chose that quarter. Well, we're doing better than I thought we were. Let's give ourselves bonuses.
Wow.
You just, Kev, you just want to choke somebody like that, choke.
Yeah. Where's the conscience?
There's none, man. It's all about money. They're living for this life. Because obviously they don't give a fuck what happens in the next life when they're a dung beetle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Just when you thought they couldn't count any higher, it's Tuttle and Kline's top three.
Okay, I want to play off the Olympic theme here.
Okay.
Top three Olympic life events that you would win gold in. I don't know if I don't. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If this life event were an Olympic event, you would win gold.
Oh, yeah. Well, Kev, you obviously know this. I would win the gold medal in attracting and being with some of the most beautiful women you can imagine, and then losing them.
Yeah. See, if you were to ask me to give you an example, that would have been my example for you. That would have easily been
I'm
my
awesome.
example
I
for
mean,
you.
I mean, I could show you pictures of who I've been with, and you'd be like, "Damn, dude!" And then it's like, "Yeah, that one went 7 years, that one went 2 years, that one went a year, on and off." You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying, sir. Yes, sir.
So that would be number one gold medal. Number two, bitching about what a driver just did, and it's something that I had just done 3 miles ago. I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
And I got to give Dallas credit. Dallas rides shotgun with me now.
Okay.
He will be very quick to point that out. He's really good at that. Just going, Dad, you don't let the other guy in about 3 or 4 miles ago, so. I'm like, thanks, Mr. Literal.
Exactly.
I was going to take you guys to Freddy's for some burgers, but, Dallas blew it for you, Timmy.
Yeah, not anymore, buddy.
Third one. Let me see. Third one I'd get a gold medal for is Kev. I got to tell you, I have upped my grilling game like it's nobody's business. I make a succulent and juicy chicken. My ribeyes are the best ribeyes you can eat. So yeah, I would be the best chicken and ribeye griller gold medalist internationally instantly.
Are these secrets that you could share, or is this like proprietary information?
I don't know what to tell you because everything's by feel. I'm an artist.
Okay. Wow. Beautiful. Love it.
It's like I'm like when you know, time to flip it, time to add a little bit of more marinade. Let's juice this right here. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a great feeling.
And yeah, that's me. I'm just
Nice.
like, I can't tell you exactly what I just did for the past 15 minutes to give you this succulent, mouth-watering experience you're having right now.
Nicely done, sir.
Yeah, I would have to say those three are probably my gold medal areas. I got a lot of silver medal stuff, but those are my golds.
No, those are solid gold medal events for you.
Yeah. I would like to be a gold medalist though in getting beautiful woman and keeping her. That'd be great. Actually, Kev, I've come to the conclusion that I am not somebody that should be in a relationship. My dad tried to warn me of it. Yeah. And I didn't listen. So.
Oh yeah. Last week you introduced us to a new girl. How is new girl? Oh, that's okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, still looking for a new girl.
No, I'm not looking at all, man.
Oh, okay.
That's the funny. I'm not looking at all. I'm in no, if something happens and it happens organically, that's great.
Right.
If Cupid's arrow hits me in the cereal section of Kroger when somebody's walking in the other direction, great. Otherwise, I have no interest in looking.
Dude, have you ever picked up somebody in the grocery store?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Why?
Well, just to be able to go up to a stranger in a grocery store and talk and actually.
Kev, as Jonas said, my dad's got serious riz. See, and that's a funny thing. People have asked me, how do you? I mean, especially Timmy, you're getting a little older. How are you still able to get these, young, beautiful women? It's like because I go and ask. A lot of people are intimidated by very beautiful women. Not me. I don't know. I'll go figure out something to say to them.
Yeah.
And then once you talk to them, immediately whether it's going to be a yes or no. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They'll give you the sign. And if I'm annoying the fuck out of them, or they're obviously taken and have no interest, I'll back off.
Okay, but you said they'll give you a sign. Is the sign as obvious as like Captain Eveready bringing the final furlong in on the airplane with the 2 cones in his hand, or is it something more subtle than that?
Yeah, no, it's very very obvious.
Really?
They'll continue talking to you.
Okay.
They'll do the up and down look, and after they do the up and down look, if they're looking you in the eyes, you're in a go. You're in a green light situation.
Nice.
Or if they start playing with their hair.
Oh, that's a telltale sign.
Dead giveaway. They start playing with their hair.
Is that nervous energy?
A little bit of that, or they just want to make sure that they think that their hair's right or whatever.
Yeah.
That's when you know.
Okay.
And you'll also get those ones where they'll immediately just say, "Hey, you're cute," but I'm with somebody.
Oh, okay.
So they'll let you know, which is basically telling you, "Hey, if it doesn't work out with the dude I'm with right now, and I see you around, please come back and do your same approach."
So,
which I have a memory bank of.
And when that happens, what is your reaction?
Oh, he's a lucky guy.
Oh, okay.
He is a really, really lucky guy. Looks like he hit the jackpot. Best of luck to you too.
Nice.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. There's nothing really special about me. I mean, I'm okay looking, but I'm getting older. But
Okay.
I just, my thing is I'm gonna find, if I see somebody that I'm attracted, I'm gonna find out.
Okay.
And then it's just a numbers game.
Yeah.
Then it's just, you'll even if you bat 180, hey, 18 times out of 100, you're getting the digits.
Yeah.
So So what about you? What are your 3 gold medal events, Kevin Kline?
Worrying.
I don't know. You and my daughter Audrey would be very close in that one.
Audrey worries?
She's a little bit of she's gotten much better of it, particularly since she started her Hype Girl podcast. But she's always been a worrier. Always has anxiety about things.
Okay. Yeah.
But she's gotten much better. So yeah, you'd probably win the gold medal and world record for that one.
Worrying number 1, pessimism number 2.
Oh yeah.
I like to call it realism, but I'm always waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Oh yeah. Kevin Kline has never seen a glass half full.
Oh no.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. He only sees half empty, and there's a crack on the side of the glass too.
Well, I see that half full is only 2 gulps away from being completely empty. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to come here and empty it, and they're probably going to spit it all over me. And it'll be hydrochloric acid.
Can you tell he's known me for 28 years?
Yeah. They'll probably die within 3 days, and nobody will get a hold of Trish. She won't know where I'm at. So I'm going to die alone.
Yeah, and then the third thing, and I don't know, this might sound a little braggadocious, but romanticism, being romantic.
Yeah, and thinking about it, I can see what you're talking about.
I get Trish flowers on a whim. Last weekend we were apart. She was here at home, and I was out visiting some friends. And I just started texting her how much I miss her, how much I love her. And I mean, like, probably 15 messages later, she's like, "Why are you being so sweet?" I'm like, "Aren't I always?" She's like, "Yeah, but this is like overly. What'd you do wrong?" I'm like, nothing. I didn't do anything wrong. Just telling you I miss you and I love you.
Oh.
But I got accused of something.
And that's how it goes too, man. That's just how life is.
Yeah.
You can't just be nice. There's always a motive, right?
Right.
And there's not a motive.
There wasn't.
Kevin is just, he's finding his internal Cyrano de Bergerac. That's what he's doing. They got the same nose. They got the same nose.
I knew it.
Here, let's do a side by side. There's Kevin Kline and there's Cyrano. Do you see why Kevin Kline's one of the most romantic guys? He has no choice.
He has to be. He doesn't have the game to walk up to somebody in the cucumber aisle.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I see you like that cucumber. I think it's a little small. You should get into something bigger.
Wow, that's funny. That's really good. That's really good.
All right, Kevin Kline, let's jump in our rabbit holes.
Rabbit hole of the week.
Or what did you find yourself into last week that you had trouble getting out of?
Three things. I wasted a boatload of time on three different things. So I just mentioned that I went out of town last weekend. I went up to visit my friend Bob, and we always do bourbons. If he comes here, he brings a bottle of bourbon. I go there, I bring a bottle of bourbon. So I was researching bottles of bourbon, and that took a while.
I love that. Kev, what are you finding in terms, I'm a bourbon guy too.
I know.
Maker's Mark has always been my go-to. And that's a good one, a decent one, but you hobnob in some of the top brands.
Well, Tim, I'm going to throw out a name to you. And this is when I go looking for bourbons, I always think of Herb Winch's, not because he drank a lot, but because he always was looking for value.
Yeah.
He was always looking for value, something
in his sports betting.
Exactly.
He was by the way, for those who don't know, Kevin and I did 4 years of radio in Birmingham, Alabama. Our sister station was a sports station that Herb Winch's was the franchise for. He was the guy.
He was. And I mean, he was a legendary broadcaster in Birmingham, Alabama. And he was always talking about his value picks at the racetrack. So I always look for value bourbons. Tim, I'm going to throw one out to you that is probably $20 cheaper than Maker's Mark and just as good. Nelson Brothers.
Nelson Brothers.
Yeah, it used to be the old Bell Mead, okay? But the Nelson Brothers took it back to the original concept of it. Nelson Brothers. You're going to find it for like $35 to $39 a bottle. It's amazing. It is so tasty. So tasty.
Kev, I actually have a bourbon section in my notes.
Yeah.
And I'm writing it down right now.
Okay. There you go.
I'm putting it in. Nelson Brothers. Okay.
Yeah. Nelson Brothers whiskey. And then do you like rye? Do you like wheated? Do you like corn?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. If you're going to look for a rye, look up Castle and Key Restoration Rye. $40 a bottle. Unbelievable.
Okay.
And that one comes in at about 109 to 119 proof. Nelson Brothers is right around 80 to 90.
Okay.
So yeah, but those would be my two value picks for you this week.
Kev, because I drink bourbon straight.
So do I.
Okay, I'm a sipper. I'll sip on it.
Yeah, I drink it neat, no ice, no water, no nothing.
I like it on ice sometimes. I like rocks sometimes, depending on how I'm feeling. But initially when I first start drinking it, I like it, neat, so I can really admire the notes and accents and everything like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, our favorite mid-range is Booker's. Good luck finding it. Booker's is amazing.
Yeah, you can't find that stuff.
Well, we just bought a store out. They had three bottles of it last weekend, so we went and bought all three of them. $99 a bottle. Yeah, that comes in at 127 proof.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's an end of the night one.
That's a smoother. That's a smooth.
So good.
Yeah, Kevin. I'm into some really good tequilas too.
Oh, which ones? Do you know?
Well, Código is my favorite. The George Strait.
That's amazing.
That is the most unbelievable. But there's some, and I can't even remember them. I got a connoisseur of tequila that lives literally a 9 iron away.
Are you a Reposado, Añejo, Blanco?
Blanco.
You like Blancos?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Rosados are good too, though.
Yeah, Reposados are, well, the difference, if you're not familiar, Blanco is white. It's not conditioned in anything but a steel barrel. Then the Reposado ages for about 3 months in wood, and then the Añejo 6 months or longer in wood. So that's where the color differentiation comes from.
Yeah, I don't know what they do with the Código, but it is so good.
That's why George Strait bought it.
Does he own it?
He's part owner.
God, that's awesome.
He's part owner.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the story behind that was when he used to go down to Mexico on vacation, everybody started talking about this one tequila place. And he was like, I need to know about it because he sipped it and he loved it. They're like, oh, it's a private house. It's just a family recipe. He met him. He said, I want to take this to market. So he got some investors and he invested, and that's how it happened.
Weren't they initially like, who's this gringo?
Oh yeah, no, they had no idea who he was.
They didn't know who he was.
No.
And then finally some people explained who he was, and they warmed up a little bit.
Very much so. Yeah. But no, he and like George is going to come out and go, "Oh, hey, I'm George." He wouldn't do that.
He doesn't, man.
No, not at all.
He's one of those guys that doesn't understand who he is.
That is a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Great way to put it.
I mean, the times we've interacted with him, I mean, he was not comfortable with being called the king and being, completely put up on a pedestal. That's not him.
Not at all.
Not him. And if you're that way, he'll shy away from you. He just likes to be around normal people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He'd rather sit on the tailgate of a pickup truck with you and have an adult beverage and talk about, the Dallas Cowboys and how they got nobody in the offseason and what the hell are we going to do? Everybody else in the NFC East is getting better and we're not.
Hey, do you think Prescott is that good?
No, I
don't think he's worth that kind of money if they're going to pay him.
He's got skills, and I talk about this with Dallas all the time. Dallas, my son, Dallas Cowboys is his name.
Yeah.
And he's big on the NFL personnel and all that stuff. And I just tell him, I said, Dak is great when there's no pressure.
Totally.
But when the pressure's on, he's gone. And, it's great that you can win your team 12 games in a season. He's done that the last 3 years, and that's fantastic. But, you're a Dallas Cowboys quarterback, and that is the largest fan base in the world. And they want a fucking ring. You know what I'm saying?
I do know exactly what you're saying. I
do not believe that Dak Prescott is a quarterback that can win a Super Bowl or maybe even get into a Super Bowl.
Right.
I don't think he has it. And it's nothing personal against him. Obviously
he hasn't proven that he has it. He has not proven that he has it.
Yeah, he does not. And I would not pay him. And I don't think he's going to be a Dallas Cowboy next year.
Okay.
Unless they go to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Or at least NFC Championship game. At least.
Well, they got an uphill battle on that one, man.
They did nothing. But you could tell that Jerry knows that too, because Jerry's priority was, we're going to get CeeDee Lamb taken care of, and then we're going to go to Micah. And, Dak, they're like the stall out with Dak. We want to see where you're at after this season.
Right.
Which I don't believe that he will be there. I don't believe he will be there.
Okay. So there you go.
Because I think McCarthy feels the same way, that McCarthy's like, I don't think this is the guy. Because McCarthy knows who the guy is because he's been with the guy,
He's
Aaron
been
Rodgers.
with Rodgers, and wasn't he with Favre too?
I think he spent. I don't know if he was a part of that Packers staff at all.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
But he knows. He knows. The guys who've been around a while know the quarterbacks whose eyes don't get wide and their voice gets squeaky when the shit's hitting the fan.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest key. That's why Joe Montana and Tom Brady and and Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes are the quarterbacks that they are, is because in the huddle, when the shit's hitting the fan, they're just all calm and cool. Hey, you know what? We're going to slice and dice, and we're getting 6 here within the next minute and 38 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, Tony Romo, Dak Prescott, some of the guys that can do it when there's no pressure on, hey, oh my God, this is scary.
Oh, we got a chance to win, guys.
Yeah, they turn into fucking Mickey Mouse. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to rabbit holes, Kev. Interesting.
I'll just give you my other one. I had 3, but.
I want to hear them all.
Oh, okay. Street beefs.
Street.
Have you ever seen that?
Like street fights?
Yeah, they're called street beefs.
No, I didn't know that there was labeled like that. So there's videos of people who have a beef with each other and fight.
Yeah, that's the way it started. It started, I believe, in Florida, in Miami, where if people were beefing on the street, they would take it to the street beefs octagon or the street beefs cage and put gloves on, and then after it was over, it was settled. It was done.
That.
No more beef. But now it's all over the place. The one I was watching just the other day is in Seattle, Washington. It's called Street Beef Scrapyard.
Kev, let me tell you this. I don't know if you remember, but I had a great idea for a reality show. It's called Elevator Grudge Match. You remember this?
Oh my God, that was a great one.
If you have a grudge or a beef with anybody, you're a contestant on Elevator Grudge Match, and somebody like Joe Rogan is the host or something like that, and we get your story why you have a beef, you get the other person's story why you have a beef, and then you two go on an elevator together, just you two. It's a padded elevator.
Uh-huh.
And they press, how many ever floors, 40 or 50 floors up or whatever it is. You do it in a skyscraper, and you guys settle it right there on the elevator as it's rising. The first person to get out of the elevator and ring the bell wins $10,000.
And the beef is quashed.
And the beef is squashed. By doing this, you agree that you guys will never have an issue with each other, at least in regards to this issue that you have. And that's it. Would that be the greatest reality show ever?
That would be amazing.
You got to soften them up for like 40 floors because that door is going to open.
Yep.
And you have the voice going 29, 30, 31, and you're just like, can you imagine?
That would be amazing.
No referee on the elevator either.
It wouldn't have room.
Wouldn't have room. There's no room. It's just you and that person in the elevator. Obviously there'd be some rules, you can't gouge eyes or,
right.
You can't kill them. You can't snap their neck or anything like that.
I'll put gloves on them.
But yeah, exactly. You put gloves on them or, you let them have headgear. That's fine. Nah, that's pussy stuff. Forget that.
People aren't going to watch it then.
No. Okay. You put gloves on them.
For sure.
But that's it. They're just going. And you get, is that hilarious?
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide.
Tell me that's not a primetime hit.
That is an amazing, again, another great idea, but where have you taken it? You haven't done anything with it.
I know. I need to start doing that. Follow-up is an area I need to work on, Kevin Kline. Damn it. I need to start upping my follow-up game. That would be great. Elevator Grudge Match, though. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
If there's anybody that knows any producers or anything like that, and you're going to grab that idea, just say that Tim Tuttle came up with it. That's all I want. And hey, stipend perpetually forever.
Right? There you go.
What's your third rabbit hole, Kevin Kline?
In 1998, I went to a concert in St. Louis. It was an industrial metal concert, and the headline band was Genitorturers. But the opening band was the band that blew me away. They're called Rorschach Test. And I was running the other day, and one of their songs came on my iPod playlist. It was just on shuffle, and I was like, man, I wonder what happened to those guys. So I looked them up. Guess who I'm now friends with? James Baker of Rorschach Test.
That's awesome.
He and I text each other every day about new music that he's got coming out. I'm of the opinion that they have never put out a bad song. They're just not as well known as Nine Inch Nails or Ministry. So I'm going to have him on the fuzzy mic, but I've just been watching every single video they've ever done. It is so good. It's so good.
What's another name for my insanity? What's another name for me? Satan.
Awesome, buddy.
Yeah. So, and
awesome.
he has battled some serious demons. He took 10 years off because he was suicidal and a drug addict.
My God, you have a lot in common.
Yeah, well, except for the drug addiction, but yeah.
Well, Kev, you do take the chemicals to even yourself on a daily basis.
Well, that's true, but I mean, I'm not going over the prescribed dosage.
Exactly. Okay.
But
it's not recreational for Kev.
Not at all. Not at all. So, but yeah, it's really cool that if you would have told me in 1998 when I was watching these people on stage that I would eventually know this guy and he would be running new music by me for opinions, it'd be like crazy.
Yeah, I love it, man. That's awesome.
Thanks. So those were the three.
The rabbit hole I was in, Kev, I have a new funding company that is giving me the opportunity to trade their funds for profits.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they like my trading statistics and how I trade. So I'm currently finishing up my testing with them, and then they're going to hand me over funds to trade.
Amazing.
But they're one of the big companies, and they have on a daily basis, they have videos on YouTube that salute their top traders.
Okay.
And I went into the rabbit hole. I like watched 70 videos last week that are about a half hour long.
Wow.
And, just to see what I'm up against,
Yeah.
is who the great traders are. They also bash the traders that aren't doing well. They just, they'll put them up there too and go, what are you fucking thinking, man?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's full entertainment, type thing. But I watched everyone because I want them eventually to do my profile, my card. Timothy T from Richmond, Texas. He's doing well. Here's his stats, and salute and all that stuff. So that's my goal right now.
So if you were to get your bio up there as one of the top, would that bring an influx of new customers to you? Or new?
No, but they can increase the amount.
I see.
That they give to me to work with to fund, and it's a fantastic deal because it's like 90%. I keep 90% of the profits. They get 10%.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Holy
some of the guys being featured, they have huge accounts now, and they're making big money. This one guy just took a payout for 150 grand for 1 month, and 200 grand. I'm like, that's where I'm going, baby.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, though. Somebody's giving you money to invest. Do you feel pressure about that?
Well, it's a different ball game.
I'm sure it is.
That's why they look for certain, types of traders. They don't like the gunslingers,
Yeah.
They like the guys who, okay, if it's looking like a trade's not working out, he'll get out quickly with a small loss. And he also has the discipline and patience to let a winner continue to run and not take profits too early. Just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my goal every day, is to get into a trade that lasts the whole day, that I just close out right before the close of the session at 3 p.m.
Okay.
That's always my goal, just to stay in all day.
And you don't have to monitor it all day?
Oh, no. I'm watching it.
Oh, okay. All right.
No. You're when you're dealing with decent sized funds, yeah, you'll want to babysit and make sure everything's cool.
I understand now.
The last thing you want is some ass clown from the Fed to have a speech or to say something and then just watch you free fall on your yeah. No, I'm moving up or moving down protective stops to lock in profits and everything like that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so I trade the way they like to trade, which is the reason why they've approached me.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Very awesome, man.
Yeah. So I'll let you know when that happens. We'll do a little we'll do a little clip from the YouTube video here. We'll put it on the Tuttle Kline podcast if that happens.
We knew him when.
We know when, exactly.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, and it's so funny. I mean, there's literally these guys and these women in their mid-20s that are, that know what they're doing are really good. I mean, they're making millions of dollars.
Dang.
Yeah. So that's cool. That's what I rabbit hole. I kept 70 of them, 30 minutes. I just kept going.
Oh, how long are they? They just real quick, like 3, 4, 5 minutes?
30 minutes.
Each one's 30 minutes? And you watched 70 of them?
Last week.
Oh, my God.
Kev, I'm studying my opponents. I want to know what I'm up against,
Understood.
Yeah. I'm studying, and I'm looking at my stats and comparing them with all these big winners, and I'm like, hey, man, there's some areas that I'm better than some of these people.
But you realize that was 35 hours. That was a full-time job last week.
Yes, I do realize that.
Okay.
I actually started it the weekend before, like the Saturday, the weekend before, and finally got done last night.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I got a little crazy with it, but yeah. Kev, we don't obsess much, do we?
No, not at all. No, neither of us.
That's something Kevin and I, if they were ever giving a gold medal away for team obsessive compulsive, we would win the gold medal instantly.
Yeah, don't even put up any competition. You got no chance.
You got no. Nobody can obsess over shit more than Kevin Kline and I. All right, brother. That's been a lot of fun.
Holy smokes, it went fast.
Anything? Who do you have this week on the fuzzy mic?
This week is my second conversation with Ricky Sluter, and if you didn't listen to the first one, you don't need to listen to the first one to be able to get everything out of this one. But the miracle of his daughter is just amazing, and it'll have you scratching your head. So, and then next week is Rorschach test, James Baker.
Love it. That's going to be a lot of fun. Check out Kline's Fuzzy Mike. Also, please do us a favor and give us a rating. Like us. Go download it. It's so important. I know so many of you just press play in the platforms, and that's fine. That's cool. We appreciate it. We know there's a lot of you that do that. But if you can, just download us. That's how they keep score in the whole podcast world. So we would appreciate it if you do that, and then subscribe, give us a rating, go to the Tuttle Kline Facebook page, and we have some neat merchandise that Kline's wonderful wife, Trish, takes care of for us. She's the best, Kev.
No, he didn't do anything, honey. He just is singing your praises. He didn't do anything. Right?
Right.
He doesn't want anything.
No, everything's okay. There's no motive whatsoever.
Exactly.
Such a jaded world we live in. All right, Kev, have a good one. See you next week, man.
That's it for this episode of the Tuttle and Kline Show. See you this Wednesday for an all-new episode. And you can get more Kline on his podcast, The Fuzzy Mike, with new episodes on Tuesday. Stay fuzzy, friends. And thanks for listening to the Tuttle and Kline Show. Yo. All right, take the yo out.